Before I start this fanfic reading, please keep in mind of the continuity that takes place in the fanfic. This fanfic takes place during the Rainbow Rocks movie of the Equestria Girls series. So please keep that in mind for the continuity so everybody does not get confused. Anyways, without any further delays, enjoy the show! A Little Midnight Chat, written by Nordryd. Let everybody down. Sun empathy filled the air, and Sunset and Twilight just stared for a moment. Twilight gave a small, yet sincere smile, and Sunset couldn't help but return it. Better get some sleep. Good luck with that counterspell. Not that you'll need it. This must be nothing compared to the stuff you're expected to deal with as a princess of Equestria. Sunset Shimmer? Can I talk to you about something? Yeah, sure. She walked back over to the counter and took a seat next to Twilight. What's up? Twilight started playing with her pen. Is it wrong to keep secrets from a friend if you know you'd lose them for it? Sunset looked at Twilight quizzically. A secret that big? I don't know. Something that could change everything about your friendship. Something that might put it in jeopardy. Twilight, what are you talking about? Did something happen? Twilight bit her lip. Nothing happened, per se. It's just... Is it Ron? Sunset scooted closer. Well, it would depend on what the secret is. Twilight looked down at the table, playing with her hands. I'm sorry if I'm not being helpful. I just can't get this off my mind, and I need to write this counterspell. I just feel guilty, that's all. Why? Is there something you're not telling us? Maybe. Sunset smiled and put her arm around Twilight. Twilight, I promise, no matter what you tell us or tell me, we won't judge you for it. That's what friends are for. Twilight's eyes seemed to widen upon Sunset wrapping her arm around her. The faint glow of joy seemed to dim almost immediately, though. But is keeping secrets from your friends bad? I mean, if it could ruin what you have, should you keep quiet and protect your relationship? Or is it bad to build everything on a lie? Sunset gave Twilight a squeeze. Twilight, again, it depends on what you're hiding. Some secrets aren't as bad as you may think. But at the same time, it could be. Why are you asking me these questions? Didn't you use friendship to stop me? You're the prince of friendship, aren't you? Even I still have a lot to learn, especially on such an abstract concept. Are you afraid of failing us? Can you not write a counterspell? No, it's not that. Well, I guess it kind of is. I just feel like everyone's counting on me. Well, not to agree with you, but... Sunset started to say, immediately making Twilight whimper. Sorry. It's okay. I agreed to do this. Silence filled the air for a moment. Twilight looked down at the table at her scribbles, while Sunset kept her arm around her. Sunset studied the scribbles a little, and it looked like nonsense. But then she noticed something. Something that was much more apparent than anything else. It was a crude drawing, but it carried a priceless amount of sentiment. A little heart with a T and an S in it. Sunset smirked as she pulled Twilight closer. What's on your mind, Twilight? Why did you ask me about secrets? Huh? Oh, is there something you're not telling me? Twilight didn't say anything. She felt tense. I'm your friend, Twilight, Sunset said, giving her a squeeze. You can tell me anything. Twilight bit her lip. Sunset, do you hate me at all for what I did to you? Sunset's eyes went wide. What? Of course not, Twilight. How could I ever hate the one who changed my life? I just feel like I tore down everything you had. Twilight, I realized something that day. I had everything, but I had nothing. I ruled the school and had no real friends. I was totally alone before you came along. You showed me another way. I could never hate you for that. Twilight sighed and didn't respond. She still looked quite tense. Twilight, there's something you're not telling me, and I'm not leaving until you tell me what it is. Twilight looked at Sunset, her eyes wide. Sunset just gave her a smirk. What are you talking about? Why else would you ask me about secrets, Twilight? Twilight just stammered. I... Come on, Twilight. It can't be that bad, can it? I mean... It's just that... Sunset lifted her hand to stroke Twilight's cheek, silencing her. Her pupils visibly dilated, making Sunset smile. Tell me, Twilight. I won't think any less of you. Twilight stayed absolutely frozen for a moment, until Sunset ran her fingers through her hair. Twilight uttered a small moan, and Sunset returned to caressing her cheek. Slowly, a smile appeared on Twilight's face as she leaned into Sunset's hand. Sunset, I don't know if I... Twilight stopped, biting her lip as Sunset continued to caress her. That feels nice. It's okay, Twilight. I promise. Twilight's eyes appeared to twinkle as she smiled at Sunset. Well, what if I told you I had a crush? Oh? Sunset asked. She used her other hand and curled it around Twilight's thigh. On whom? Twilight looked down and stared at Sunset's hand. Her face turned visibly redder as she looked back up. Someone whom I really admire. Someone strong, nice, brave. Really? Sunset said, squeezing Twilight's leg. Some pony really important to me. Some pony? Oh, did I say that? Sunset rose an eyebrow at Twilight. Twilight started to tense up again. Sunset, I'm sorry. I understand if you feel weird now, or you never want to talk to me again. I just... Sunset leaned forward and silenced Twilight with a kiss on the lips. It wasn't a long kiss at all, just a peck, but it was enough to leave Twilight completely stunned, her cheeks bright red and her eyes wide. Sunset giggled. Her stunned expression was just too cute. I don't feel weird at all. In fact, Sunset said, getting closer to her ear. I think I like you even more now that I know. Sunset backed up and saw that Twilight's face had grown even redder, as if that was possible. Oh, alright. I better get some sleep. Good luck with that counterspell. We believe in you, Twilight. If there's anyone, any pony who can do this, it's you. I know you'll make us proud. Twilight's face was still bright red. She began playing with her hair as she smiled at Sunset. Thanks. Good night, Sunset said, walking to the stairwell.
Sunset Shimmer?
Yeah? Twilight's eyes seemed to twinkle.
I love you!
Sunset felt her heart flutter. She couldn't resist Twilight's adorable face. She walked back up to her and gave her a kiss on the cheek. I love you too. Twilight appeared to be tearing up and gave Sunset a kiss on the cheek before she could completely pull away. Sunset gave Twilight one more smile before beginning her trek back upstairs. She felt around her cheek where Twilight had kissed her as she walked away. It felt warm from her sweet lips. As she walked up the stairs, she heard a quiet yet excited squeal from Twilight. And Sunset couldn't help but squeal a bit herself.